pag-ibig ay ganyan. Pag may ups, may downs, turn the frown upside down. Nasa saya yan. Pag may kilig, may saya. Pagkasi the one, nandyan na. Nasa saya yan.
Are you looking for true love? Relax, show the smile. The love you're looking for is out there.
Start sa kwentuhan, konting halo. Nasa saya yan. Kilig saya na yan. Nasa saya yan. Hanap mong sagot, wala sa mga hugot. Nasa kilig lang yan. Nasa saya yan.
One thing that makes this commemoration distinctive from all other festivities in the country is that it's a celebration of everything about tuna, its bountiful richness and high biodiversity of the Philippine seas. This celebration is also an excellent moment to learn more about the cultures of our local fishermen and their daily experiences on the sea coast. Kaya naman this time, panahon na para sila'y ating pasayahin, ang mga tao sa likod ng mga tuna at iba pang yamang dagat na ating inihahain. This year's Tuna Festival, we will be paying tribute to the fishing community of General Santos City through our Tuna Collab. Abangan!
Nasa higitan, nasa kansyawan, diskartehan mo ng kulitan. Nasa saya yan. Nasa kantahan, nasa sayawan, punuin mo ang mundo ng palakpakan. Ang hanap mong sagot wala sa pagkapagod. Nasa iyong kamay. Nasa saya yan. Nasa saya yan. Nasa saya yan.
Gusto mo bang manalo ng mga nakaka-excite na papremyo? Pwes, eto na ang hinihintay mo. Kahit may pandemya tayong kinakaharap, pwede pa rin tayong manalo ng limpak-limpak because this year's Tuna Festival brings you online games na talaga namang swak na swak. Di na kailangan lumabas ng bahay. Gamit ang iyong mobile devices, lakipan pa ng family teamwork, creativity at confidence, mga papremyo siguradong mapapas sa inyo. Abangan!
Nasa saya yan. Nasa higitan, nasa kansyawan, diskartehan mo ng kulitan. Nasa saya yan. Nasa kantahan, nasa sayawan, punuin mo ang mundo ng palakpakan. Ang hanap mong sagot wala sa pagkapagod. Nasa iyong kamay. Nasa saya yan. Nasa saya yan.
Mag-TikTok, mag-vlog, mag-share ng meme, mag-binge, mag-stream, mag-chat, mag-damag, ang best friends mo, kamustahin? Diskarte is key, kailangan laging feel good best. Palitan ang ngiti, ang secret dyan ay happiness.
Ang hanap mong sagot wala sa pagkapagod. Nasa iyong kamay. Nasa saya yan. Nasa saya yan.
Ngayong Tuna Festival Virtual Experience, sabay-sabay tayong mamangha sa klase-klaseng storyang refleksyon ng realidad. Maantig sa mga kwento ng pagbangon. Ma-inspire sa mga kwento ng katatagan. At matuwa na kahit anumang unos ang hatid ng pandemya, nakakaguhit pa rin tayo ng ngiti sa ating mga muka. Prepare your tabs, phones, or television at sabayan nyo na rin ng mainit-init na popcorn dahil mapapanood natin ang mga original short films tampok sa ating T-Flix. Abangan!
Guys! Fail tayo sa auditions! Practice pa tayo!
Ang Popstar Dreams mo, achieve yan! Doble data, doble galing with TNT Double Giga Video. May 14 gig for YouTube and other video apps for 7 days. Plus 2 gig for all sites and apps. Tulong pang-achieve ng iyong Popstar Dreams. Choose Double Giga on the Giga Life app. Also available on *123#.
Tuna pa nga. Kinilaw na tuna. Tuna soup ba? Natatakam ka na ba? Don't worry, dahil may inihanda kami nakakatakam na recipes para sa inyo. Isa sa mga dapat abangan ngayong Tuna Festival Virtual Experience 2021 ay ang hashtag Tunalicious, kung saan bibisitahin natin ang iba't ibang sikat na pasyalan at kainan dito sa Jansan at sabay-sabay nating aalamin, lulutuin at lalasapin ang mga putaheng sariling atin. Abangan!
Laging tandaan mga generals na maging maingat ngayong panahon ng pandemya. Palaging sumunod sa mga protocols na itinalaga ng Department of Health at Interagency Task Force. Palagi ang tamang pagsuot ng face mask at face shield, pagsunod sa 1 hanggang 2 metrong distansya, pag-iwas sa matataong lugar, palaging paghuhugas ng kamay, at stay at home. Mga generals, kaya kapag sama-sama, tayo ang solusyon.
pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Pagdiwang ng buong galang, Sierra Pablo Santos, kanyang talino, lakas at buhay, dito niya ibinuhos. O ang lahat ng naninirahan, panahon walay masisiyahan, sa ating lungsod ng tawagin, ay General Santos City. Magaliw tayo sa liwasan ay magsaya maraming tao, mula pang nasa umaga sa bukid, mga bulong ay nakikita sa askela, matutulong siya mundo natin sa timog tawato.
Ang kailan na matanawin, kay dapat
mamahukirin,
lalagin mo
niya at mga saging, ngayong lahat ay magulawan, Kristiyano Muslim, Timuli ang daan, sa ating lungsod ng tawagin, at General Santos City.
Mga Generals, ito na ang hinihintay ninyo! Dahil lalangoy na sa inyong mga tahanan ang swerte at sayang hatid ng Tuna Festival 2021. Makilahok sa mga palarong limpak-limpak ang papremyo. Makinig sa mga kwentong refleksyon ng kasalukuyan. Mabusog sa mga putahing talaga namang tunay na masarap. At makiindak sa good vibes na hatid ng mga bandang Tatak General. Experience the fun. Damhin ang tunay na kasiyahan by just staying sa inyong mga tahanan. Tara, maki-TFVX na!
7 days to go na lang?
6 days to go na lang?
5 days to go na lang.
4 days to go na lang?
2 days to go na lang?
Isang tulong na lang.
#VX na!
Tuloy ang saya sa tahanan ngayong Tuna Festival 2021. Sa tulong ng TNT, damhin ang tunay na kasiyahan just by staying sa ating mga tahanan. You can still celebrate right at your fingertips. Ihanda lamang ang inyong mga mobile devices dahil this year's Tuna Festival once again goes virtual. Huwag kakalimutan na sa kabila ng pandemyang ating kinakaharap ngayon, pagkakaisa pa din ang ating magiging solusyon. Kaya, basta't sama-sama. Happy Tuna Festival mga katropa!
Magandang Jensen! Wow, Jensen!
Home of the Champion! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Kat at ngayong araw, samahan niyo po kami sa pagbubukas ng Virtual Tuna Festival 2021.
At ako naman ho, si Cliff. Tama ka dyan, Kat. Ngayong araw, mas exciting ang Tuna Festival dahil ang dami namin inihandang sorpresa para sa inyong lahat.
Di man tayo magkakasama-sama ng personal, pero hayaan nyo kaming aliwin kayo at iparamdam sa inyo the same feelings every time we celebrate Tuna Festival nung wala pang pandemya.
Bago tayo tuluyang magsimula, nais ko lang batiin ng isang bonggang-bonggang Happy Tuna Festival ang lahat ng mga generals na nasa kanilang mga tahanan.
Tama ka dyan, Cliff, and I just want to commend also those people na nasa harapan po ng kanilang mga screens ng kanilang mga mobile devices, mapa-phone, tab, or laptop man yan, kung ano man yung hawak nyo ngayon. And for sure, yung iba po ay nasa harap ng kanilang mga screens. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pagtutok nyo sa amin at sa pagsubaybay nyo po ngayong araw.
Tama ka dyan, Kat. Kasi yung pananatili ninyo sa inyong mga tahanan ay napakalaking ambag na as we fight this dreading COVID-19 pandemic.
At Cliff, ma-share ko lamang napapanood din po pala tayo ngayon sa ating YouTube channel, which is the Jensen Tourism. Hello po sa inyo lahat. At syempre, iniimbitahan ko po lahat to please pa-share naman po para naman makaabot tayo sa iba. At syempre, Cliff, ma-share ko lamang po na papanood din po tayo ngayon sa ating YouTube channel, which is the Jensen Tourism. Hello po sa inyo lahat dyan. At syempre, I am inviting everyone na share naman po ang ating stream para naman po mas marami ang makaalam. And this pandemic, of course, would stop us in celebrating the bounty of the sea na siyang rason kung bakit po tayo tinatawag na Tuna Capital of the Philippines.
And acknowledge ko lang din that this virtual opening ceremony is powered by TNT.
Nasa saya yan!
Tuloy ang saya sa tahanan ngayong Tuna Festival 2021 sa tulong ng TNT. Damhin ang tunay na kasiyahan by just staying sa inyong mga tahanan.
And you can still celebrate right at your fingertips kaya siguraduhin fully charged na ang inyong mga mobile devices dahil this year's Tuna Festival once again goes virtual.
Huwag kakalimutan na sa kabila ng pandemyang ating kinakaharap ngayon, pagkakaisa pa din ang ating magiging solusyon.
Kaya, basta't sama-sama, dahil tayo ang solusyon. At eto pala Cliff, may tanong lamang ako. Alam ko katanungan din to ng lahat Paano nga ba nagsimula ang selebrasyon ng Tuna Festival dito sa General Santos City?
Alam kong bilang ikaw ang gustong malaman ang history ng Tuna Festival dito sa lugar natin, Kat. Kaya naman, samahan niyo kami sa pagbabalik tanaw kung saan at paano nagsimula ang Tuna Festival. Sabay-sabay nating panoorin ito.
og matambaka malasugi pirit bilong-bilong talakito krumpit tulay og salmon isda sa bato dalagang bukid balansiya habay kay basing mo takili
Jambolero, man.
salihan na ganing kami mo biyahe na sunyok nga driver naglalagbida kapyot pagayo kay mo arangkada simba ko intawon basing magagaka Pulong-ulong tupi
Diretso kaayo ug pagkaalis to. Hala sige, bisan panipis lang. Bilib jud ko sa kapugihan.
Pag-abot na gani sa kahaponon, tapok-tapok dayon sa video kay Nation. Bir, Ginebra, ug Tanduay, bisag mahal na gani, hala, tagay na bay. Basta sisyon na mapahiyom, ang kakapoy mawagtang na dayo.
Jambolero,
Ang kinabuhi sa Jambolero, isda iatut kaninyo. Kilawon sumba o pinirito, sutukil nga lami kayo. Ang kinabuhi sa Jambolero, isda iatut kaninyo. Kilawon sumba o pinirito, sutukil nga lami kayo.
Sa bawat selebrasyon ng Tuna Festival, iba-iba man ang saya, iisa pa din ang ating ultimate goal sa pagdiriwang na ito. And that is to make everyone happy. Kaya naman, to inspire us more through his festival message, mga generals, let us all welcome our beloved City Vice Mayor, Honorable Loreto Tonton at Sharon.
This year's Tuna Festival celebration is not the usual street parade, street dancing, or mass gathering intended to attract tourists or guests. Instead, it focuses on the real theme of the Tuna Festival, and which is to pay homage to our unsung heroes of our city's industries, our ordinary fishermen. History tells us that our city hailed from the town of Das to the boomtown city of the south. The dedication and hard work of our forefathers, our fishermen included, and other stakeholders made our city what it is today, the tuna capital of the Philippines. Despite the existing pandemic, our fishermen continue to provide food for families and bring in abundant catch to our canneries and processing plant. This is why General Santos City, up to this day, owns or is home to 7 out of 8 tuna canneries in the country. Truly, this is something that you and I can be proud of. More than the name or title, the resilience of this industry to overcome every adversity of any kind and whatever magnitude is impressive and inspiring to every general. So with this, I invite everyone to be part and to participate in this year's Tuna Festival Virtual Experience 2021.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor. And despite the restrictions na hatid nitong COVID-19, hindi nagpapatinag ang mga leaders sa ating lungsod sa pagbibigay ng kanilang suporta para sa kapakanan ng kanilang mga generals. Kaya naman, this time let us all welcome the lady that never gets tired in advancing the welfare of Jensen and its people, Honorable Congresswoman Shirlene Banyas Nograles.
Isang magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Shirlene Banyas Nograles po, Congresswoman ng General Santos City at ng 1st District of South Cotabato. Bumabati ng isang Happy Tuna Festival. Ang tunay na lakas ay naipapamalas sa panahon ng pagsubok. Our city, like the rest of the nation, is today being challenged by the ongoing pandemic. But I'm proud to say that we in General Santos City have displayed the courage and the perseverance to push through despite the real dangers that we continue to face every day. We have continued to rise every morning, hoping for a healthy day, moving forward with a prayer for better tomorrow. Ngayong Tuna Fest, alalahanin nating muli ang mga bagay na nagbibigay ng lakas dito sa bayan natin. Kasama ang ating lokal na pamahalaan, ang private sector, the Soxargen Fishing Federation, our communities, and our friends from Australia, represented by Ambassador Stephen Robinsons. Let's celebrate these feats of human spirit and bravery by showcasing the beauty of General Santos City. All our places, our people, our food and products, our side Sarangani Bay and the bounties of the sea. Let's be reminded that our city, General Santos City, will always be bigger and stronger than this pandemic. With our hearts and our city together, we will overcome. This is the Tuna Festival virtual experience, handog ng local government of General Santos City upang ipaalala sa ating mga general ang ganda at lakas ng General Santos City. Let's all keep safe and makisaya sa 2021 Tuna Festival.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Nograles, for that heartwarming message for all of us.
Amidst the global health crisis, blessed na blessed pa din ang General Santos City for having been graced by someone who is excited to see what is in store here in our city.
Maayong buntag. On behalf of the Australian Government, I am very pleased to be joining you today here in General Santos City to celebrate this year's Tuna Festival. 2021 marks 75 years of enduring friendship and strong diplomatic ties between the Philippines and Australia. The relationship between our two countries is broad and deep, and it dates back to the 1800s and is driven by trade and migration. At the heart of its relationship is our people-to-people links. What you call bayanihan in Filipino, we call mateship in Australia. Australia and the Philippines have a long history of mateship and bayanihan. Our relationship is broad and deep, and we cooperate closely across a range of areas, including defence, counter-terrorism, law enforcement, and in a nod to where we are this morning, maritime cooperation and environment protection. As a friend and partner to the Philippines, Australia is committed to protecting the environment and supporting innovative ways to sustainably exploit marine resources and support both commercial and recreational fishing. Australia is and has committed $42 million to support Southeast Asian maritime states, including the Philippines, to develop your marine resources sustainably and address challenges through enhanced training, technical advice and cooperation. Australia has also recently established a Philippines Civil Maritime Security Program. This program is worth 9 million Australian dollars or 328 million pesos over 4 years, and it is designed to support the civil maritime capability of the Philippines by strengthening maritime governance, interagency collaboration and technical capability. Gensan is strategically located near the rich fishing grounds of the Sulu and Philippine Seas. As the tuna capital of the Philippines, the success of Gensan is important for both the local and national economies. As such, high-quality fisheries management is crucial to protecting the biodiversity and sustainability of fisheries and marine ecosystems in the region. It is quite fitting that we are here in Gensan, celebrating the Tuna Festival during the Philippines Maritime and Archipelagic Nation Awareness Month, or Manamo. Manamo also means your inheritance in Filipino. Australia will remain a reliable friend in protecting this inheritance. Australia will continue to look for further opportunities to support maritime projects in the Philippines. I am certain that the Philippines-Australian relationship will further flourish and mature. In the true Filipino spirit of bayanihan and the Australian tradition of mateship, we are proud to continue standing beside the Philippines as a friend and partner now and for the next 75 years and beyond. Mabuhay and happy Tuna Festival.
Aside Aside from being the emblem of General Santos City, we will learn more about how we can sustain this asset to further for our future generation. Let's all watch this.
The ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface, and the ocean's resources feed an estimated 3.5 billion people. Tuna is one of the fish species prized as food and served on plates across the world. Back in 2012, we produced an investigative insert on tuna fishing. We found that although local retailers were sourcing tuna from areas where fish stocks were healthy and not under threat, they were not focusing on the method used to catch tuna. The catch method is important because of the potential impact it has on other marine animals.
5 years on, and there have been some significant developments. Consumers do now have a choice. Michael Marriott works with the Marine Stewardship Council, an international organization established to safeguard seafood supplies for the future. Michael, what is the current state of tuna stocks worldwide?
Well, most species that we catch to eat, most fish species, are under increasing pressure, and tuna aren't any exception to that rule.
What percentage of the world's tuna is MSC certified?
Currently it's around 16%. That does cover different fishing methods, but a fairly high proportion of that is pole and line. Woolworths introduced a range of canned tuna with the MSC Eco label earlier this year, and that is sourced from a fishery using the pole and line method.
What does it mean to me as a consumer if I see the MSC logo?
It means two things really. The first is that the fish was caught by a fishery that has been assessed against the MSC's environmental standard, which is considered to be a leading standard for measuring the sustainability of a fishery. And then secondly, and very importantly, it means that that product is traceable from the product back to the fishery that caught it.
Latifa, what are some of the challenges faced when it came to sourcing MSC certified canned tuna?
Well, one of the challenges is the fact that only 16% of the world's tuna stock conforms to the MSC requirements, and therefore it was important for us to partner with MSC as well as the International Pole and Line Foundation. 9 years ago, we launched the Fishing for the Future initiative, and we wanted to ensure that we not only give our customer the best product, but we give her the peace of mind that all our seafood is responsibly sourced. That all of our seafood is either WWF SASSI Green listed, it's either MSC certified, or the fishing institution is on a credible time-bound improvement project.
What is the pole and line method? Can you describe that for us?
Well, firstly, it's a method that's been around for centuries. It's a traditional fishing method, and it's basically the idea of one man, one fish, one hook, landing catch with low impact fishing methods. It's definitely more sustainable. The hook size you use selects the size of the fish that's caught. There's minimal impacts on other species, marine life. It's very difficult to overfish stocks with these type of fishing methods. With these fishing methods, there's a lot more fishermen involved, so it's labor-rich environment, and there's also very close connections to fishing communities and a lot of the traditional culture and so on. A lot of the current catches can still be taken with these methods, and it all depends on consumers and their willingness to make sustainable choices, and that will drive change on the water as well.
Sustainable fishing is important to safeguard our precious seafood supplies for the future, particularly if we want to see the world's oceans teeming with life for generations to come.
And of course, this celebration would not be possible without the true champ and the father of this city na talaga namang all out sa paggawa ng mga hakbang, lalong-lalo na we were still in the middle of this pandemic. Mga generals na nasa inyong mga tahanan, sabayan niyo po akong i-welcome natin ang tunay na ama ng Gensan. Let us all give a virtual clap to our beloved City Mayor, Honorable Ronel Chua Rivera.
Happy Tuna Festival sa atong tanan. This year's celebration is quite unique because for the first time, we are celebrating the Tuna Festival through virtual experience. And while it is a new feeling for most of us, the spirit and meaning why we celebrate and honor our city's most recognizable and revered bounty, which is our tuna and other related sea-based products, have not changed. Even if we change how we celebrate our tuna festival, we are still showcasing the products, the people, and the culture behind the success, fame, and achievement brought to our city by the fishing sector. We would like to thank our partners who have helped us keep the balance and integrity of our tuna industry despite this difficult global pandemic that we are going through. In the same sense, we would like to thank our tuna industry and our fishing sector for being a big help in our COVID response and vaccination efforts. You are one of the strongest pillars and the reason why we have been able to keep up our economy afloat in the middle of this pandemic. Thank you for heeding the call of our local government unit, for cooperating with us, and more importantly, for understanding. Like we always say in the LGU, kahit anong problema, kaya basta't sama-sama dahil tayo ang solusyon. Daghang salamat. Happy Tuna Festival, everyone. Amping tantanan, and God bless us.
Ang bawat isa ay mahalagang parte sa pagpapalago ng tuna industry dito sa ating syudad. Mangingisda ka man, business owners, o kahit simpleng mamamayan, lahat tayo ay mahalaga. For this year's Tuna Festival, we will highlight stories of different individuals in all walks of life at sabay-sabay tayong maantig at ma-inspire sa mga kwento ng pagbangon at pag-asa and on how they were able to survive amidst the pandemic and other trials of life. Kaya naman ngayon, ay iniimbitahan namin kayong lahat na manood na sabay-sabay para maantig sa iba't ibang klaseng istoryang refleksyon ng realidad sa ating T-Flix na mapapanood simula bukas, Lunes hanggang Wednesday. Ang bawat isa ay may mahalagang parte sa pagpapalago ng tuna industry dito sa ating syudad. Mangingisda ka man, business owner o kahit isang simpleng mamamayan, lahat tayo ay mahalaga. For this year's Tuna Festival, we will highlight stories of different individuals in all walks of life at sabay-sabay tayong maantig at ma-inspire sa mga kwento ng pagbangon at pag-asa and on how they were able to survive amidst the pandemic and other trials of life. Kaya naman ngayon pa lang ay iniimbitahan na namin ang lahat ng mga manunood na sabay-sabay tayong maantig sa iba't ibang klaseng istoryang refleksyon ng realidad sa ating T-Flix na mapapanood simula bukas hanggang Wednesday.
Tama ka dyan, Cliff. And for this year, alam mo ba, may inihanda tayong tatlong uniquely crafted and filmed na mga short docu-films.
For the previous years, ang hudyat na simula na talaga ang ating Tuna Festival ay isang pangmalakasang fireworks na talagang lahat ay mapapanganga sa kalangitan.
Exactly, Cliff. Tandang-tanda ko ba yan? Pero of course, for the second time around, simula last year, dahil nga sa pandemya, avoid muna natin itong mass gathering. Pero that won't stop us again. Nabigyan kayo ng saya dahil marami kaming inihanda para sa inyo.
Nakaka-excite talaga ang ngayong taon ang Tuna Festival. Kaya naman to officially open this year's Tuna Festival, let's do this modern, safest, and unique way.
Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas mo mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival, ating ikinararangal. Saan man dako sa mundo, angat ang balon mo. Wow, Jensen! Naranasan mo na ba ang tunay na saya? Sa Barilis Fiesta, ipagpuri natin ang kasaganan ng tuna sa atong dambayan. Jensen's o magpasalamat sa karagatan. Magdiwang umawit at magsayawan. Ang yaman ng dagat biyaya sa ating tagilikin at mahalin. Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas nito mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival, ating ikinararangan. Saan mang dako sa mundo, angat ang paling mo. Jensen! City of the South, it's the Tuna Festival. Get your fish tails out when the beat drops full and the music goes loud. All you dance like a swimming tuna. 4, 3, 2, now! Experience new flavors of the tuna-rich sound. Dance like a swimming tuna. 4, 3, 2, now! Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas nito mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival, ating ikinararangan. Saan mang dako sa mundo, angat ang paling mo. Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas nito mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival, ating ikinararangan. Saan mang dako sa mundo, angat ang paling mo. Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas nito mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival,
Wow! What an amazing day! At ang ganda! Sobra na hinahanda nila para sa atin. What an amazing way to start this year's celebration of Tuna Festival, Cliff! Sobrang excited na ako! Sobrang tuwang-tuwa at gusto ko nang abangan at kung pwede ba bukas na kaagad para malaman natin kung ano pa yung mga activities. Ito po isang pagpapatunay na kahit virtually, makakapagbigay pa rin po tayo ng kasiyahan sa mga generals.
At alam mong nakaka-amaze dito, talagang nag-effort ang ating Tourism Council at lahat ng mga local government units ng General Santos to come up with this nice and beautiful project this year's Tuna Festival. Walang problemang di kayang harapin at di kayang solusyonan basta tayo'y sama-sama.
Kaya naman mga generals, samahan nyo kami at makisali sa iba't ibang activities ng Tuna Festival na inihanda namin para sa inyo sa mga susunod na araw. Huwag kalimutan, ang dami pa namin sorpresa. Ayan, tumutok lamang kayo ha, dyan sa harap ng inyong mga cellphones, tablet, o kung ano man yung mga dala nyo na mga mobile devices. Samahan nyo lamang po kami.
Excited na rin kami makita kayong lahat online. Huwag kalimutan i-like and i-follow ang ating official Facebook account at i-share ang lahat ng mga activities na ngayong Tuna Festival 2021.
And you can also find us on our official social media accounts. Meron po kami sa TikTok, sa Twitter, sa Instagram, and sa YouTube at kung ano pa man. Ayan, basta tumutok lamang po kayo at huwag kalimutan hawakan na inyong mga social media. Ayan, social media tuloy yung sinabi ko. Mobile devices. Ayun.
Basta nasa bahay lang kayong lahat ha. Basta safe kayo, okay tayong lahat. Sa muli, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Once again, ako po si Katrina Tan.
At ako po si Cliff Corsit. Generals, Happy Tuna Festival!
Jensen's Tuna Festival, taas nito mga general. Jensen's Tuna Festival, ating ikinararangan. Saan man dako sa mundo, angat ang paling mo. Jensen! Naranasan mo na ba ang tunay na saya? Galit na mo diri sa Barilis Fiesta.